Okay, but you were talking about train games?
Yeah, trains. I would like more train management games.
Like Railroad Tycoon?
Yeah, which I have. I have Railroad Tycoon I bought a bundle a while back that had Railroad Tycoon 2, Railroad Tycoon 3, and Sid Meier's Railroads. And Railroad Tycoon 2 and 3 have problems running on modern systems. And Sid Meier's Railroads isn't all that great because it lost a lot of complexity. So I bought another older game called Railroad Pioneer to see if it would work. But it suffers from the same issues of not running well on modern systems. Plus, to be honest, it's not a great game. The only game I've played in recent history that handles trains well is... Where is it?
Factorio?
No, Factorio does not handle trains well. Shoot, where is it?
Hey, at least we have a good Franken-Episode now.
I should just be able to search Steam for train. I bet I'll find it. Or I bet it's in the Railroad Tycoon, like, similar games. Train Fever, of course. Something with the word, literally with the word train in the name. But Train Fever does a pretty decent job, but the game takes forever. And a huge focus of the game is also on just public transportation. So, like, half the game is trains and half the game is other forms of public transportation. It's like, take all that other garbage out and just make it about trains. But I want more change management. There's a Facebook game I played before that is kind of like what I want, but like a light version of it. I wish I had more. I like trains. I really like trains. I'm sad that there's not good train games.
Okay, so shall we get back to KSP now?
Yes.
After a good chunk for the Franken-Episode?
Yes, now that I've been sad about trains. Actually,
so you got derailed by the train.
Actually, Factorio is listed in the similar games, more like this for Train Fever. They are not similar at all. But whatever.
Well, they have trains. Is that enough for you?
They do. Apparently not, because I'm ragging on it. All right, we can get back to it though.
Okay, well.
Anyways, let's move on. Let's talk about EA and their player network.
Yeah, this is an interesting thing that literally just came out on the day of recording, if I recall correctly. Yeah, 11 hours ago on this article. It's talking about essentially wanting to... The way I took it, this is a long-term plan from EA. Very long-term. As a matter of fact, if the growth strategy holds true, they're looking at financial year 21 for this to really take off, which is, 6 years from now?
Yeah.
5-6 years from now? Depending on how they break up their financial year.
Yeah, I'm not sure which quarter they start their fiscal year in, but regardless,
fiscal year, not financial year, but same idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's at least 5 years away, depending on what quarter they started in.
Yeah, the way I took this is that they basically want to try to break the walls between the different consoles and PC for their player base. Did you take the same idea from it?
Sort of, although, and I could be wrong, just like I might have misunderstood the way you described it, but kind of the way I understood you were saying it is they were kind of creating like, I don't know, like a way that these players
network?
Another network these players can connect on. I thought of it as more of some kind of account integration, like just another way for them to rope you into the EA Origin or whatever they call it ecosystem in the future. And it connects to the different consoles, and it's what allows you to transfer games between different platforms and potentially have multiplayer games with people on different platforms. But
it's an interesting idea. The thing is that I don't think we'll see it this console generation because of just how long planned this is. I think it will affect the PS5 and Xbox random number generator, whatever that spits out.
Also, something to consider because this is incredibly speculative.
Yeah,
they don't.
Yeah, but we have fun with the speculative stuff, don't we?
Yeah, but okay. So in this little blurb that they have, they're talking about more players playing. Okay, so it says the EA Player Network, more players playing more games, connecting through more devices to each other, improved discovery and access, more dynamic experiences.
Yeah, do you think this will extend to mobile?
Yes, that was exactly the point I was about to make. Mobile technology has come so far in the last few years. Current mobile hardware is already reaching the power level, like the upper end stuff, is already reaching the power level of the Xbox 360 and PS3. So in 5 years, as long as we get some decent battery technology, I could honestly see mobile devices, tablets and phones being as powerful as a pre-built in-home console. If the battery life is good enough, I could see this being implemented into various EA games because they've got a lot of mobile games and they're growing their mobile platform all the time, for better or for worse. But if they have a major game, I don't know, what's a big EA game that you think would work well on mobile or work at all on mobile?
Oh, well, here's the thing is I'm expecting not direct ports. I'm going to take this off on a little bit of a detour.
Okay.
But maybe little side things. Almost like how Fallout has their Pip-Boy app, but instead have it be more like if Fallout Shelter affected your game in Fallout 4. Have it where you'll have like a mini game that could tie into the main game on your console or on your PC.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's actually a pretty positive way they could take it, I think, because I like that stuff. I like the second screen experience. I like having little things that play into the bigger game. And they've actually done that before with Mass Effect. There was a Mass Effect game, mobile game that you played.
Yeah, for Mass Effect 3, which was the one I didn't play.
Yeah, and you basically created fleets, and you went and you fought the Reapers in space. And if you won your battles, you could get bonuses in Mass Effect. And if you lost your battles, you could lose things. They've done stuff like that before, but it was really, really poorly implemented.
So this could be a setup for that, to tie into games that are just now entering development, well, except for Battlefield and Battlefront, which are like on a 2-year cycle or something.
Yeah. I could see them, though, implementing their sports games into this, too. Putting Madden on mobile and being able to play Madden with people on console or PC.
Yeah, but definitely not putting on PC because we could update the rosters too easily.
Fair enough. But, I could see them doing things like that. And I'm okay with that, actually. I'm a big fan of mobile gaming. And I've said this before, I think on this podcast, but I'm pretty positive I've said this to you. The only problem I have with mobile gaming is that battery technology just isn't there. I don't expect a battery to last.
Yeah, playing Shop Heroes or something just absolutely drains my battery.
Yeah, you play for an hour, you'll wipe out your battery, or at least a good portion of it.
Yeah, which is a part of the reason why whenever I'm playing at my desk or even on my notebook, or at my notebook while I wait for a render to get done, I have my phone plugged in to the computer, charging it.
Yeah, I do the same thing when I play mobile games most of the time. Have it plugged in somewhere. But, what I'd like to see...
kind of limits the mobility, doesn't it?
That's true. I'd like to see, I think 5 to 6 hours of battery life for gaming on a device, plus it being able to function for another 12 hours of normal use, like email, phone calls, texts, that sort of thing. Because then you could make it through a day, be able to play your games on the bus or on your lunch break, or if you're a student between classes or whatever, and then still be able to use your phone in a normal way. Because if your phone has enough battery life to last through 5 hours of games, it ain't doing anything else until you charge it. I'm not aware of any device that can play games for 5 hours and then still be used for any amount of time.
Well, here's the thing: is that like even Nintendo. What's their battery life? They're barely reaching that, aren't they?
I think
on the 3DS.
I think the 3DS, if you have the 3D turned on, lasts for 3 hours, and with the 3D turned off, it lasts for about 5.
I just found it. I was asking while I was looking for it.
Oh.
Nintendo 3DS XL, which try to say that 3 times fast. 3D gaming 3 to 5.5 hours. DS gaming 6 to 10 according to sleep mode 3 days with a charge time of 3.5 hours.
Yeah, but that's the 3DS XL, which has got a much bigger battery than the standard 3DS. And I unless it's changed, more people own the standard 3DS as opposed to the 3DS XL. But I mean,
I'm looking for the normal.
I'm a generation removed from the DS, though.
3 to 5 hours still, according to this.
Okay.
So it's maybe it's counteracted by the bigger screens.
Yeah, that could be true. But still, I mean, 3 to 5 hours.
Granted, the last time I owned a Game Boy, it was a Game Boy Color.
Which you run on, what, was it 2 or 4 AA batteries?
I had the rechargeable battery pack.
Oh, you were fancy. I had to change my batteries every time.
Mostly because I didn't want to spend a ton on batteries.
The Game Boy Advance SP was the first thing I had that had a rechargeable battery. That was a mobile gaming device. I love the SP. That was my favorite handheld that they've ever made. But that's
so
beside
even
the point.
Nintendo with a dedicated gaming system is barely making that.
And 2 things to consider on Nintendo in that respect is, 1, those figures are a brand new battery.
Yeah.
Not a battery that's been charged 100, 1,000, 5,000 times. And those handheld systems...
and that's perfect conditions as well. Not out in the field.
Yeah. And those systems are a lot weaker than modern mobile phones and tablets.
True.
And there's very little else going on. I almost said nothing else, but that's not true, because they do have, street passing, and they can connect to Wi-Fi and those sorts of things. But if they're sitting there passively, they don't have very much going on outside of just the game that you're playing. Your phone or your tablet is constantly connected to cell signal or Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, and it's receiving texts and emails and downloading things in the background and just constantly going on. So, I mean, they're in the same boat too. They can just kind of, in a sense, fudge it a little bit because they don't have anything else that they're doing. They just play games.
Yeah.
So, I can't wait for batteries to get good. I'm about to replace the battery in my phone.
Or fusion cells or something,
Yeah.
Make it so your phone, if you play with it too long, could go nuclear.
Wireless charging, which does exist, but not in the way that I mean by it.
Yeah.
I like being able to be in a room and your phone just charges because you're in the room.
Yeah, or you'll be able to tell the gamers because they have a battery pack on their belt.
I would be okay with that, actually. I do have a giant battery that's like twice the size of my phone that I carry around. It can
I'm toying around with the idea of getting a case with a small battery in it.
Oh, yeah. I've thought about getting one of those, too. But for Christmas this last year, I got a battery that... I forget what the size of the battery is, but it will charge my phone 3 times from dead to full before I have to recharge the portable battery. So
a power bank.
Yeah, it's nice. I'll send you a link to it later so you can see it. I mean, I'm not expecting you to buy it, just so you can see what it is. It's nice. But
yeah, I have a small power bank as well. It's not enough to fully charge my phone, but it's more of a backup thing.
Well, I have it also because it will charge my iPad fully from dead. Because I have to record sessions and do notes and stuff. So that's the main reason I have it. If I'm in a room, I pull out my iPad and I forgot to charge it, and it's like dead or almost dead. I'm like, well, let me just whip out the battery bank and plug in my
iPad. Just wondering, how evil do you think EA is going to be with this?
Oh, incredibly.
Do you think this is going to be a paid service?
No, I don't think it'll be a paid service.
If it is, then I think they're shooting themselves in the foot for PC gamers, because I really don't see PC gamers buying into a service like this, to be perfectly honest.
I don't think it'll be paid, because the idea, at least what they're saying right now, is that we want to be incredibly inclusive. Now, I think that there will be perhaps paid features or paid something that you can pay for as a part of the service, but I think using the service to transfer saved games and play multiplayer games with other people will be free. Otherwise, like, what's the point? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I feel about it. Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah, and it does seem like they're expecting, at least if this chart is to scale, they expect the network to be a bigger boost to them than their core portfolio, which is a little scary, actually.
Yeah.
Because EA has some major games out there.
Yeah, they've got a big core portfolio.
But they also, they expect their portfolio growth to actually eclipse their current one as well.
Yeah.
Which means probably new IPs or, spin-offs maybe?
Or acquisitions of other companies, which would count as portfolio growth.
True. What companies out there that they could kill?
All of them. EA would kill all the companies.
EA is like this black hole that just sucks in companies and kills them.
Maybe EA will buy Squad.
Can you imagine EA controlling Kerbal Space Program, all the DLC,
all the ads?
Pay $5 to get past the the timers to refuel your rocket.
Pay $5 to quickly get to the Mun. Skip the travel time. Pay 99 cents.
And on the Mun, there's a Coca-Cola ad.
We joke, but I'm actually worried that could become a thing.
Yeah.
Ugh. EA. All right.
We couldn't talk about EA without throwing them under the bus, and we already threw them under the bus during the Squad thing, so...
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's go bitch about another company now. Blizzard and...
this is entirely negative, but... yeah.
Blizzard's plan for how to handle cheaters in Overwatch. There's a decent-sized little statement that they've made about how they feel about... Yeah, this is
also an older statement as well.
Yeah. How they feel about community and multiplayer and stuff like that. And basically, they've got what seems like a pretty stern zero-tolerance policy for cheating.
It is zero tolerance. But here's the thing is that they don't really go into how they detect cheaters, which is a little scary to me.
Yeah, they're saying in here that people report people who they think are cheating.
And their team of engineers take a look at things, but they don't really explain how. And here's the thing is that at least the videos that I've seen talking about the netcode for Overwatch explains that you could be shot through walls by just not even somebody that's lagging, but just because of how they have the server set up.
Right.
So it's a little weird.
Yeah, it's got...
Granted, that could be something that changes from the beta to the live game, because as of recording, Overwatch hasn't launched yet, I don't think.
Hasn't it? I thought it had.
I'm pretty sure it hasn't. I think it's...
I think what it is that the game has not officially launched.
It launches on May 24th.
Right, but if you pre-ordered, you can play now.
Yeah.
You can be playing now because the open beta is closed, and the only people who are playing are the people who pre-ordered,
who broke the commandment.
Yeah, they broke the commandment, or that were given copies by Blizzard, press and stuff like that.
True. Okay, no spanking for them. Oh, okay, maybe a little.
Maybe a little. That's a paddling. But so I don't know. I'm okay with this policy. Cheaters are always...
Yeah, I'm not trying to defend cheaters at all. My big worry on it is just how they're going to be detecting it. Because they don't really say. They just say their team of engineers will look at the replays and determine if they're cheating.
Right.
And just with how Overwatch is made, it's very easy to mistake that. If there's nothing going in the background like a VAC system, where they're looking at the files themselves, and if there's being any edits going on. Now, granted, some cheaters are very obvious. People that immediately snap to heads from looking in the completely opposite direction. I mean, that's obviously a cheater.
Yeah, probably 95% of the people who can do that are cheating. There's a few people who I've seen that are that good, but, I mean, the odds are that they're going to be cheating, not just an amazing player.
But I do have a problem with Blizzard overall with how they've treated cheaters in the past, especially with my time in World of Warcraft.
Here we go. Here comes the bitching.
Well, it's just that they left exploits in for ages when I played. And now they take a zero tolerance policy. It's just weird. I remember seeing druids flying literally under the world in the PvP zone. And I'm blanking on the name of it. The one in Northrend with the giant fortress. If anyone's played WoW and played in that expansion, they know exactly what it is. They'll be flying under the zone, under the world, picking all the rare resources from there. And there's literally nothing you could have done about it because they're a druid. They are able to start gathering the herbs and the mining instantly without dismounting or shape-shifting. And as far as I know, they never fixed that. There was wall jumping that you could jump over in Arathi Basin and cap the capture points in that battleground. And as far as I know, they let that slide for ages and ages and ages. There's just so many of those little exploits that Blizzard turned a blind eye to. And the fact that they don't exactly say how they're doing this, just saying that they're a team of engineers, makes me very skeptical of this, you know?
Yeah. I mean, for Blizzard, for WoW, I do remember there being lots of exploits and glitches and problems
that they've never fixed.
But I didn't really do PvP in World of Warcraft.
Well, I was just using PvP as an example because that's one of the ones that I remember, just blatant cheating. I mean, there's times that, it's like, oh, that herb despawned. Maybe the world is a little funky. Maybe there's somebody under the world. You'd have to, see their nameplate floating above this ground to be able to really tell. But then there's the blatant cheaters in the battleground that were able to hop over the wall. It seemed like 95% of the time it was a horde that was able to do it. Don't ask me why. But it was just, they allowed that to slide for ages.
Right.
So I guess I'm just skeptical of Blizzard in general when they come to cheaters. I'm not sure how they handle it in Heroes of the Storm. I know that they allowed botting in Hearthstone for ages.
Yeah, I mean, if you got caught, you would get banned, but I mean, they weren't really strict on it for a long time. It had to become almost an epidemic before they really cracked down on it.
Yeah, and I think that they were a little bit more strict in Diablo 3, but that was more when they had the real-life auction house on it.
Yeah.
So I'm just seeing this and I'm thinking, I'm just skeptical. And I think there's just so much history of Blizzard either not caring about cheaters or letting the problem grow to a absurd proportion before they act that, I see this and almost laugh.
Yeah, I don't know. Blizzard, I think, is, well, I don't know. It's tough. We can go back to Kyle's older analogy about
that. I was about to say, are we going back on the cruise ship?
Yeah, I mean they're a huge company, but I think they have to see the tides are turning. I mean, WoW is back down to the 5 million mark or less.
They're back down to the point that they're not reporting subscriber numbers anymore.
Right, which, if it's still like 5 million, that's a ton. But for WoW, that's, they're down to less than half of what their subscribers numbers were at their peak. And they've got to be saying, at least I imagine they've got to be saying, we've got to get this next one right. Otherwise, we might be in trouble.
Well, they broke out the fan fiction expansion.
Yeah, I mean, they broke the case for the emergency, subscribers dip too low, bring them all back.
Quick, get Illidan back to life.
Hearthstone is making Blizzard a ton of money, but it's not... It just doesn't have the same punch to it as a more full game. Not that CCGs can't be full games, that's not what I'm trying to say. It's just, It's not as exciting.
Oh no, it sounds like what you're trying to say. Magic the Gathering players right in. Tell him he's wrong.
It's not as exciting as a massive RPG. It's not as exciting as a fast-paced first-person shooter. It's not as exciting as
Oh boy, we're going to get some literature for that one.
So, I mean, it's, it just doesn't carry the same weight to it.
Well, also, Hearthstone's a lot more casual.
Hearthstone is very casual. Even as a CCG, it's a very casual CCG. I'm really
and it's also a very casual esport.
Yeah. Hearthstone's not a very good esport, in my opinion. It's fun.
I agree with that.
It's really fun to watch as a streaming game or something like that.
But it has so much randomness for it to be an esport.
Yeah, it's way too random to be competitive.
There's a reason why in UGC that you have no crit on.
Yeah.
For Team Fortress 2.
I'm looking forward to the Elder Scrolls CCG. It looks really good. But that's as far off, because I haven't played it. I've only seen stuff about it. So that's as far as I'm going to go on that. But it looks good. Anyways. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I think, I hope, because I really like Blizzard as a company. I like their lore. I like their games. Not all of them, but
I will say that I do like their lore, and it's a travesty that the WoW movie is taking liberties with the lore. Probably the richest lore in video gaming, or one of them.
Yeah. And
changing it. It seems weird.
Yep, especially with the tiny shoulder pads. Those tiny pauldrons.
Well, at least we're not sexist for not liking the WoW movie out the gate.
Yeah, this isn't Ghostbusters we're talking about here.
Oh.
So, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I hope that they're recognizing that the tides are turning and they better do something about it.
And that they've had a big problem with cheating overall for ages. But I'm just so skeptical about Blizzard just because of the history. It requires a complete about-face from what they've done in the past.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's just... They're talking about a team of engineers. Are they looking at the files themselves? That's what I want to know. How are they determining this? I think that's going to be the big hang-up. How are they determining this? And if it's required for all reports to go in and not just, a automated thing. Well, not even an automated thing, but, red flags go off and the engineers look at what's being changed. And that also feels, very, very abusable just by someone that doesn't use the hacks as hard as someone that just goes headshot with a sniper. Someone that, turns on and off a wall hack, for example, which there are wall hacks in the game already through Ultimate, so it's not going to be as noticeable. I'm not sure if Overwatch is the type of game that could rely solely on reported cheaters. I think it needs an automated system, not completely like that, but something similar that will trigger off of just files being changed. Or at least, send up the red flag to have someone take a closer look.
Yeah.
And maybe that's my big hang up with this, on top of the history, is the fact that it requires player interaction to trigger this. At least if what Blizzard is saying is true, of course.
Oh man, don't even get me started on false reports.
Oh, really? You have something to say about false reporting on cheaters?
I mean, not people who are cheating, people who are false reporting on other people. Someone that they played with that they didn't like because, I don't know, they had a smart mouth or something, which, those people are annoying, sure, but it's like, hey, I'll report them as a cheater. Maybe they'll get banned.
Yeah, and also the mob mentality of it. Like, someone gets pissed off that they get a headshot from behind a wall because of the way Overwatch's tick system works, assuming that they don't change it, of course, once again. They say, oh, well, that guy's cheating. He shot me behind the wall. And everybody on the team who, may have gotten shot in a similar fashion or, think that they may have.
Yeah.
Well, mass report them, and that's 5 reports.
Or even worse, say a streamer
Damn.
Somehow
Didn't even
pisses
think
off
about that.
someone pisses off his audience somehow. Maybe someone gets mad and
Or
starts.
how about this?
Okay.
Even a streamer who gets rated by another streamer.
Oh, or worse than that, a streamer who picks on a player in the game and has his audience dogpile on that.
Yeah, this is so abusable. I hope that there's more than just the report system.
Yeah. I do too. We'll have to see, though. We'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah, and I hope Blizzard isn't in the position where the system is set up and they're not going to change it until it becomes a problem, like they have in the past.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have my full confidence. I hope they do well. I wish them the best, but they don't have my full confidence.
Such a wet blanket for a Blizzard, aren't I?
Oh, yeah.
But I think I have good reason, at least. Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. I'm eating cashews.
Well, I got a Pop-Tart while I was downstairs. Oh, and I did think of something else, by the way, while I was downstairs.
What did you think of?
About those two assholes.
Oh.
So, one little last thing to add at the very end.
Okay.
But I'm going to eat my Pop-Tart first, because I think I need a little bit of a sugar boost.
Sure. You do that while I eat some more cashews.
Damn, we should be streaming this right now. That guy eats a Pop-Tart and drinks Kool-Aid.
Let's head back over to Twitch while we're still chewing on our noms and see what's going on with the girl who was making fried rice. She got to be done by now. It's been like 2 hours. She got to be done.
I've been watching Summer Awesome Games Done Quickly, or whatever the proper term for it is. Have you been watching that?
No, I'm not a speedrunner fan, so.
I'm not a speedrunner fan either. It's more the stuff that they do with it. I don't watch all of them. I'll just watch a few games I'm interested in. And also, they talk a lot about level design. So, if for games that you're interested in, it's actually very fun. Them talking about Battle Block Theater a couple years ago was amazing. And they also had Stamper there, and he was commentating it. You can't do that. That's cheating.
All right, so fried rice girl, no longer making fried rice. Well, we've got somebody who's eating... What is this? McDonald's?
Well, that's a sponsored deal.
It's just a camera of his food on his desk and like his mouth chewing. That's not very attractive.
How many people are watching it?
77.
I'm sorry. I just saw Total Biscuits. The Cynical Brit subreddit has TB's response on Tim Turner's new apology video. I'm going to link this to you. I'm not going to tell you what he says. And I want to hear your response.
Jim Sterling did one of those too. It was pretty funny.
Well, this is just his tweet.
Okay.
And you can see most of it in that link. Because that's how Skype rolls.
I like that. Oh,
I love TB when he's angry.
These people are eating sausages.
Oh my.
There's 58 people watching them eat sausages.
That's probably a good replacement for bananas.
Creative eating, sexy grill and friends. All right, what is this?
I'm thinking you're addicted to this.
It's people pretending to be... Well, this guy's pretending to be Bob Ross. And this guy is pretending... Or is dressed like a girl. So he's cross-dressing.
So is he Rob Boss?
And their camera's horrible. God, that's awful pixelation. they're eating goldfish and painting things. Interesting.
Oh, that's one term you could use for it.
Intriguing, I think, is better. Well, that dude's got way too much makeup on. Way too much.
Are we talking Mimi from the Drew Carey Show too much?
Oh, it's worse than that. This is awful.
He looks can you almost literally get worse than that?
He looks almost like a doll. Like, you know, like a little girl's baby doll. Like, his face has got so much makeup on it. That's weird. All right, what else we got?
Holy shit.
Frank made some pasta and... what's the rest of the title? And veggie things.
We have breaking news from our whipping boy.
Wow.
Evolve are confirmed by devs to be free to play on PC with a beta starting tomorrow.
Awesome. I might actually play Evolve now.
That's one way to get more than 3 people playing.
Yeah. So this lady's eating pasta, and she's very clearly got a really crappy green screen set up because, like, she's got holes in her head and her headphones, and the plate looks all weird. Cause,
in other words, she didn't think about her chroma key.
Yeah, she did not. All right, so
I'm actually shocked that they're doing something with Evolve on PC and not just, we'll throw out some DLC and see if anybody buys it.
Nope. Is this someone who's eating sushi and watching anime? That's what the little image looks like. No, it's someone eating a pie, and there's anime girls in the background, like posters. Well, this is stupid. What was this? $60 Xbox/PSN card giveaway.
Well, while we're eating, let's do our political portion. So, Hillary Clinton getting off scot-free.
Yeah. I'm mostly tired of seeing Facebook posts about that. I want to strangle them. I mean, I think it's a serious issue, but, like, everyone in my family is, like, just going overboard on Facebook. It's like, okay, that's enough. I'm done with Facebook until this blows over. I think that she should be prosecuted. She broke the law, and there's plenty.
But she didn't mean to.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care what her reason is. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. That's been thrown at people for hundreds of years.
Yeah, but see, those are poor people.
I understand that you're being sarcastic / using satire, but God, it just makes me mad. I didn't really like Hillary very much anyways. I mean, I was going to vote for her over Trump, but...
I wasn't going to vote for her over Trump. I can't. And I'm not going to vote Trump either. I'd probably write-in vote or just no vote at all there.
Yeah. So this guy's just playing Overwatch. He's not even eating anything at all. Why are you in the social eating thing?
Oh, he's eating. It's just not food.
But, I think, under the law, she should be prosecuted regardless of how much money she has, power, all of that. But I know that the world doesn't work that way, and so people are just going to have to... I don't want to say get over it, but it's like, this is the world we live in. If you want to change it, then do something about it other than complain on Facebook.
This is handing so many voters to Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be perfectly frank. A lot of his power or voter base is just people sick of the system and seeing Trump as a catalyst for change. And seeing this in an election year with Trump, I knew it was going to be interesting summer. I didn't realize it was going to be this interesting.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised there hasn't been another assassination attempt.
Yeah.
On either side, to be honest.
Breaking news. This is the worst one of these food things I've seen so far. So this guy is just capturing his... He's using desktop capture with OBS.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, he's got his own stream open in a minimized window. So it's an infinite cascade of him eating corn. This is the worst. Absolutely, this is the worst. You suck, dude. He's only got 5 people watching him, and the only comment is, "I'm so fucking gay." That's it. That's the only comment on his stream.
Not even gay, but fucking gay. Alright, well, I'm done with my Pop-Tart.
Well, I've almost browsed through all of the social eating people. There's 2 more. So let's just look. Kitty Cat and Friends celebrating 6 months of streaming. Come eat with me. This, I don't know if this is a man or a woman. Hey, I'm gonna unmute it so I can hear them talk.
That's sexist.
Okay, that's definitely a man. Okay.
How dare you assume it's gender?
There's a burp counter on the screen. That's grates me the wrong way.
A what counter?
A burp counter.
Oh, God.
Occasionally, a burp in a recording can be funny, but most of the time, it's just annoying.
Like Jim.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna close that. He's got 19 people watching him.
What's his burp counter at?
31.
Dear God.
I mean, I don't know how long the stream's been active, but
is he doing a reenactment of Animaniacs? Or do you know what I'm talking about there? Where Wacko would burp songs?
Oh, yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen Animaniacs. I get the sense that this is all about just mostly about Q&A time. Like, just these people are sitting here eating and answering questions that their viewers are asking them on stream. So, yeah, definitely the whole social thing I was talking about. Although, watching people eat is kind of gross.
Especially depending on what food they're eating.
Yeah. Like, I'm not, bothered in general by people eating. Like, it's something we all do. But when eating is the focus of something...
I mean, of course we do, fellow human.
When eating is, the main focus of something, though, the camera is fixated on their face. Unless it's, trying to do something artistic with it, it just looks gross. Mouths are disgusting.
I kind of want to add this whole evolve thing at the tail end of news now, since we made it our whipping voice for so long. Mind if we do that?
Sure.
Just a quick thing?
Why not? This person is playing Warcraft. He's not eating anything. Or World of Warcraft, I should say.
I mean, this is amazing. Our whipping voice finally tried to do something. I feel like a proud parent.
Just go ahead and lead into it with that.
Well, first I need to do the very end of the CSGO thing, because I did remember a couple of things.
Okay. I'll stop eating
sorry
my
to make your editing job even worse.
Stop eating
But the whole evolve thing, since we've ragged on it for so long, I think we have to cover it, don't we?
Yeah. No, let me get all the disgusting food noises done. Gotta get all the cashews out of my teeth. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely going to be a Thursday night render.
Was he eating the pizza incorrectly?
It doesn't appear so.
What, is there a fork involved here?
There's no fork involved.
Okay.
He's just picking up pizza and holding it as you do a piece of pizza, taking a bite, chewing it, and swallowing.
Oh my, he's swallowing.
I don't know. All right, I'm good. Okay. I'm closing Twitch. That was the last one. So
all set.
All set.
Okay, I'm not sure how you're going to edit this together, but while we were taking our quick break, I thought of a couple other things that these assholes did, or at least one of them, is that they're going on vacation, because I'm sure this is just going to blow over, right?
Yeah, they're just going to head down to the pub and have a pint and let it all blow over.
Yeah, oh, and they've also disabled comments on their YouTube channels and pulled all the gambling, or no, I shouldn't say all the gambling, all the CSGO gambling, because they do other gambling as well, because of course they do. And I bet people are going to take a real fucking close look at their other gambling sites now that they've been using.
Oh, I'm sure.
So that's the couple other things that I thought of. It's like, oh, damn, I forgot about that. But while we were on our break and I was poking around Reddit, I found some breaking news that we're going to have to add.
Right.
I mean, there's just no way around it.
Right. So this is how we're going to do it. We're not going to re-record the opening. It's just going to be in the show notes. And when you get here, it's going to be breaking news. Mostly
because you probably don't want to add in a little bit of things in post because you're already editing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to be pressed for time. Normally I have 2 days to do this. I've just got one.
Yeah. Our whipping boy is trying to grow up. Evolve has been removed from sale on Steam because it's going free to play. Because they're desperately trying to get people to play that steaming pile of shit.
Woo! I actually would... I would play Evolve.
It's probably worth at least a try, but it's going to be interesting to see what the model they're going to use is. It's going to go into beta tomorrow from when we're recording this, so it'll be going on Thursday the 7th, at least according to everything. But it's interesting that they haven't given up on Evolve. Honestly, I would have expected any developer or publisher to just write off the PC version of this game because it has had under 100 players for a long, long time.
I mean, it makes perfect sense to me for Evolve to go free to play. It's already set up for it. I mean,
yeah,
there's so much like DLC and
yeah, I imagine that there's still some work that they had to do to this, but it's. Are we going to have to officially change Whipping Boys to Battleborn now?
Maybe. We'll see how it turns out. I mean, it could be a disaster and somehow make it even worse.
What, will they have negative players? How could they make it worse?
Who knows? I wouldn't put anything past them.
But yeah, I saw that and I had to comment on it because we ragged on Evolve for so long. For good reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just a little added thing before we get to the community corner.
Yep.
Speaking of the community corner.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to edit all this around, but it'll work out in the end.
Yeah, sorry to add to the load, but the Evolve thing was too delicious.
Yeah. All right.
We should probably, sorry, I was going to say, we should probably get Litho Breaker on here at some point.
Yeah, that would be fun. I don't know what he exactly would do other than just say what's up, but that would be fun.
What can I say? I want to hear some of the old Kerbal-Cast guys.
Yeah.
Now that Kerbal-Cast is officially dead.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I never did send that email.
I replied to Biff. I told him, I was like, the gist of what I said was like, look, I initially was really mad that you wouldn't talk to us, but as time went on, we suspected this was the case, and I've chosen to try and focus more on the positives than the negatives. And I thanked him for putting together a show that we all really enjoyed, and that if it wasn't for that show, I wouldn't be doing this right now. And I was appreciative of that. And that he was always welcome if he needed somebody to talk to come talk to me. And that's the gist of it. It was a lot longer than that. I expressed in a bit more detail how I was frustrated with them for their lack of communication. But
yeah, I think that's what I would have focused on, and probably a good thing because that I didn't send it just because I was rather annoyed.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Our next topic, though, is early access title MAV ceases Steam support.
Yeah, and here's the complaints. Oh. What the hell is this guy thinking?
I don't know. The gist of what this article is, if you go read it, is that basically he's saying that he thought that Steam was going to help him get more sales for his game. But not only did it not give him more sales, it resulted in a loss of traffic to his site and a loss of sales overall.
Which, how is he measuring this?
I have no idea. He doesn't say. He says he had a 60% drop in traffic to his site after the Steam Google search. Steam, whenever people search for the game on Google, very quickly Steam overtook his site because obviously Steam is the largest digital game retailer on the planet. So obviously they're going to be at the top of the Google search. So he said he lost 60% of his traffic. How many sales did he say he lost? Let's see. He doesn't actually say, does he? He says that there's the people who bought the game on Steam are 70% less likely to participate in the community of Mav. And anyway, how does he come up with that?
Yeah, where is that number coming from?
Yeah.
Because I'll say this. I have this game. I don't know where I got it from, to be perfectly honest, because I have a few sources. I could have gotten it as a free game or kind of as a review copy. I'm actually going to go check that now.
My guess would be that you got it in a bundle, because I've seen it bundled a couple times. I've been following this game's development loosely for a while.
Yeah, I'm checking my review copy sites, and I'm not seeing it on here. So I think I got either in a bundle or got it as a giveaway, because I'm showing it, getting it June 22nd of this year.
Yeah. I love the game that inspired this game, which that game is Chrome Hounds. It was an Xbox 360 game. I played it for years until the server shut down. So I've been loosely following it, just waiting for it to be cheap on Steam, because it's never had a great sale on Steam. The current price that it's at, I believe, which is $19.99, is the lowest the sale price ever got to on Steam. So I just always kept waiting for it to go lower, but it never did. And now it's gone from Steam, so it probably never will. Yeah, completely.
Here's the thing, is that Steam is supplying you with a massive, massive advertising boost just being on the front page of Steam, even if it's, when you're first getting on Steam. That is probably more traffic or eyes on your game than you have seen in the entirety of your game being out, for the most part. There's some exceptions to that rule, of course. And they're paying for all the bandwidth of people downloading that game.
Yeah.
So why are you complaining about lack of impact on your site? It almost sounds like he is not making money from this game. He is making money from ads on his site. Because that's the way it sounds like to me. Complaining about the eyes on his site. And the participation in the community, I'm not 100% sure what he's going with there. Is he talking about people buying the game and not playing it? Well, if they're buying it and not playing it, I think this is well, I'm not sure how the servers are running. It's a multiplayer game, of course.
Yeah, it's the best way to describe it, I think, is an MMO, honestly.
Yeah, if he's running the servers, if people are buying it and not playing it, then that's money in his pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it's impacting the community negatively by, not having extra people there. But, is that counteracting the amount of money that you're saving from not having to have a bigger server? It's, where's the trade-off here?
Yeah.
It just sounds like he expected to go on Steam and have everybody go to his site when, let's be perfectly frank, how many times have you gone to a Steam store page and then hunted for the game developer's website?
A few times, but very rarely. Maybe,
the only time I've done that,
5 times.
The only time I've done it more than that, but here's the thing. The only time I've done that is when I'm about to record a video for that game. That's the only time I've done it.
So you just go to their actual page to check something out?
I'll go to their page, see what else they've done, or, maybe try to get some art for a thumbnail, that sort of thing. See if they have a press kit.
Right.
But,
the only time I ever do it is for free-to-play games, now that I think about it. Because they don't always have proper representation on Steam, and so I'll go find their main site and see what the actual site says, and then maybe find some reviews or something about the game if I want to play it. I don't think I've ever done it for any other game that I've wanted to play.
It just really shocks me. Yeah, I think he went into this with expecting Steam to be something that it's not. He's expecting it to be advertising for his other projects, which related projects do show up, and your other stuff will show up through the discovery queue. But pulling your game completely takes that way of advertising your game out of the system. Granted, I have no idea the player numbers for this game, and obviously now we'll not know because the Steam support is gone, so all the Steam users are gone because he migrated them over to his website.
Yeah.
Which, granted, I don't think I've done that just because, fuck them.
I downloaded the free demo actually after I saw this article because that's new. They didn't used to have a free demo, so I'm gonna give it a shot and see if it's any good. And if it is, I'll probably buy it. Like I said, I loved the game that this is inspired by. I love customizing things. I love mechs, and I really like the persistent war aspect.
Okay, I figured out where I got this game from. It was from an Alienware giveaway.
Okay.
So that's probably why he's a bit salty about this, is that he gave away a ton of Steam keys and probably didn't see the boost in the community that he was expecting.
Yeah. Because, people will get free keys and then never use them. I do that all the time.
Yeah,
same it's here. Free key, why not? I might play this someday. I never do.
Yeah, the all-time peak for this game was 58 players on Steam.
Man, that's rough.
Yeah, that's less than what Evolve had.
Yeah, this thing would need hundreds and preferably thousands of players to have an active online war.
Well, here's the thing, is that you don't go in expecting an indie game to be multiplayer only and succeed. Those are the rarity.
Yeah.
That's the exception to the rule.
Well, this game...
and why am I saying Evolve? We're forgetting our new whipping boy. Battleborn.
Battleborn? Yeah.
Yeah, it's less than Battleborn. Battleborn has a 24-hour peak of 468 players.
Nice.
Yeah, how dare I forget our new whipping boy? Oh, that's terrible of me.
And this game is not multiplayer only, but the campaign...
But the focus is.
Yeah, the focus. The campaign is honestly more like an extended training mission than anything.
Yeah, it reminds... based on that, it reminds me of Section 8 Prejudice.
Yeah.
Which, I wish I could play that game again online. That was a fun game. Excuse me while I reminisce for a few seconds.
You do that. So yeah, I just don't understand what they were thinking. I think you're right. He was hoping that would bring more people to his community. There's no other projects listed on their page. So
yeah, it's just one of those things that maybe if he set up the Steam store page differently, trying to drive people to the site. Granted, I don't recall what the Steam store page looked like. By the time I saw this article, I think it was already pulled or was about to be pulled, and I just didn't look at it.
Yeah.
So if he was trying to drive people to his site, which it still sounds like he was trying to get advertising dollars over his game.
Go look at his site. I was just there.
Maybe he is just salty about the lack of players in general, and this is him trying to justify it.
Yeah, this game was kickstarted a couple of years ago, so he might be out of money from the Kickstarter.
Very possible.
Kickstarter. He might be way out of money.
Which that tends to happen a lot with Kickstarted games.
Actually, I don't see any ads on this webpage except for the game itself.
Yeah, you understand why I was thinking that.
Yeah. Totally do. There are people who have made a living off of creating parked web pages that just serve ads, and someone wanders there. Well, lots of people wander there accidentally.
Yeah, have a typo for YouTube, for example.
Yeah.
Have YouTube and just have ads.
It's okay. I have to go look at that now. Is that a porn site?
I have no idea. I just made that up.
Nope, it's not a site. YouTube. Not a site. Somebody register that domain, park ads on it.
Quick, get it, Jared, get it and redirect Video Game Logic to it. That's going to be $5 from Patreon.
I wonder what happens if I Google YouTube. Just Google it. It just pulls up YouTube. Did you mean YouTube? No. No. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, that's that news topic. I think that
it just sounds like someone expecting Steam to be something it wasn't, and probably just being upset partly through Steam not giving him the promotion that he wanted. Which, let's be honest, if you're not an outstanding game, Steam is a place where your indie game will just die because there are just so many games there, and Steam does need a better way for discovery. There is the discovery queue, but it is absolutely terrible just because of trolling through the tags, and it tends to stick with major games.
Yeah.
So maybe if they changed how the discovery queue worked to favor more indie games, or have it where you could set a weighting to it, where say, "Oh, I want to see more indie games over AAA games," and that'd be a way to try to make it so that smaller indie titles like this won't have less players in Battleborn.
Yeah.
It just sounds like it just... I just wish that there was a better way for Steam to have the discovery, but that's really a problem with the internet in general. It's just discovery of new content.
Yeah. I agree. There's so much content that goes online every day. I don't know if this is still true. It's probably not, but it's probably more instead of less. But I read a statistic once that every minute there's 24 hours worth of content uploaded to YouTube.
It's probably more now. There was another statistic I heard. This was in the late 2000s, so it's probably even more now, that every minute or every so many minutes, the people on the planet took more photos than the rest of photographic history combined.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, here we go. According to Google, in 2014, which is the last time YouTube reported this, YouTube said that 300 hours of new videos are uploaded to the site every minute. So 300 hours. That's what? 6, 8, 10, 14 days worth? Yeah, it's about 14, 15 days worth of content uploaded.
12.5.
Okay, so 12.5 days of content uploaded every minute to YouTube. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, no wonder it's so hard to succeed doing there unless you've already succeeded.
And that was from 2 years ago.
Yeah, YouTube is even bigger now.
There's let's see, underneath it, there's an article with an estimate that says that they estimate that at this point, and this was in 2015, 500 hours of video are uploaded every minute. So, crazy.
Speaking of content, should we head on to our next topic?
Yep. And use that for our backup tonight.
Holy shit, he is recording. Who'd have thought?
Who knows? Maybe now we should actually say something worth recording.
Maybe so. All right, Rage.
I just need to copy and paste in things now.
Okay. Are you happy with the topics?
Yeah. Still kind of want to just rail on Titanfall 2, but it's kind of old news at this point.
Yeah.
And I kind of left the old topics in as well.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, you could always beat the pile of giblets that used to be a horse.
Hey-o. So Kyle, for games that we played this week, for you, I moved Spin Tires and Black Ops from my list down to yours, because those are the only... Well, you also played Sid Meier's Pirates, but since we shared them, I bumped them down to your list so they would even out.
Yeah,
Cool.
and I don't exactly have a lot on my playlist because I was not in the mood to play jack shit until about yesterday.
Yeah.
Strikes me as
I was doing my Loki impersonation from the Avengers.
Did the Hulk come smash you?
Puny rage.
I'm always angry.
Well, I would like to think that that's just because of his pants. He's always wearing the angry boots. Always ready to go.
And I imagine they get rather tight.
Yeah. Probably even wedgies.
I mean, I don't care if they're like some sort of super spandex. They have to be tight towards, full transformation.
I like the idea of like the waistline being fine, like the spandex and the leg being fine, but he would just like
The crotch.
sucked up the crack and the crotch and just super definition. God, this is like Franken-Episode gold right here.
Why do you think Jared's recording now?
Yeah.
Because we're less restrained before. It's like, okay, guys, let's get serious.
Time
Oh,
for
we're
us
not
to...
actually recording? Alright, say all the dumb shit.
Well, I mean, I don't know about you, but that's what I do. I get all my dumb shit out before we record.
All my dumb shit goes on the YouTube channel, particularly in the RimWorld series.
I'm behind on that again because they started cracking down on bandwidth usage at work.
Sad day.
Let's just put it this way. The numbering is about to reset.
Please tell me I live.
Technically.
That's the best kind of lit. Wait a minute.
At least
Technically alive.
No, wait. No. Sorry. Jared's the one that technically lives.
Well,
Yay.
as long as my daughter's okay. Which, by the way, I threw somebody for a loop with that at work the other day. I was like, yeah, I'm going home, and, I forgot that he didn't listen to the podcast. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna go play some Black Ops with my daughter. He's like, what the fuck? And so I'm like, this is my daughter. Send him a picture of Jared, and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And then just send him to the first episode of RimWorld. And then all
I
is
explained it to
explained.
him. I was like, okay, here's the link, here's this. He's like, oh, that's funny. I'm like, the fuck?
Okay, I think that's all said. Yeah, it's kind of thrown through a loop there for a moment because I didn't completely clear out my notes. So I had, lovely. I had my comment about Kyle recording in the restroom off I-75 in the beginning of it.
You have no idea how tempted I was to overlay like truck passing sounds and toilet sounds into my dude bro letter.
Well, I like to think that Crash is the only Kerbal not interested in science.
I don't know. He's pretty good at ballistic physics. Well, at least the practical applications. Oh, man. Actually, that is the second take of Crash that I did. The first take came out because I was doing the dude bro voice like this. What's up, guys? And then when I played it back, it was too high-pitched. So I had to re-record it, and I didn't like the way it came out the first time anyway, so... And I chugged an entire glass of water doing this. What's up, guys? Dude bro, Crash here.
Well, don't forget you could just toy around with the pitch shift.
Yeah, but I also didn't really like the way it came out. Modulating my voice is easy.
Yeah, I'm so proud of how that came out.
I am too. I listened to it about 6 times that night and laughed my ass off every single time. I'm just hoping that my
I thought the default idea was to pitch shift you into a high voice instead of a low voice.
Oh yeah, I kind of figured that's what it was. I was just giving you shit when I was like, oh yeah, I sound like Darth Vader, huh?
No, you sound kind of awesome.
That's right, bruh. I'm just glad that I got somebody on the dude bro train on Twitter.
Yeah, and even worse, I have to do the voice for that, don't I?
You don't have to. You can default to me. I mean, I'd love to hear your dude bro voice, but I mean, if you're dude bro gun shy, I can take the bullet.
Well, there's 2 dude bros, so we could split them.
Sup, dude bro, that one guy? Sup, dude bro, Caffeine Rage? What's up?
Sup?
Oh my god, that was wonderful.
Are you okay over there? You okay, brah?
Yeah, bruh, it's cool, man. I went ahead and I picked up the leadest gun I could possibly find, man. Ain't no noob's gonna snipe me. I know there's Talk Like a Pirate Day. I want Talk Like a Jackass Day.
Yeah, but doesn't Jared, kind of celebrate that every day of the year?
No,
Pretty
let's
much.
talk like an asshole day.
Oh, sick burn.
Like, burn, bruh. Okay. What am I?
And Jared just stockpiling all of this for the next Franken-Episode.
Yeah, why not?
It's gonna be like an hour of this. It's like, okay, guys, let's start recording. Fuck it, we'll do it live. We didn't drive that joke into the ground. So, yep.
All right. So, is it time for me to get this train on the tracks?
Yeah, just give me a second to open my tequila and we're good to go.
Let me make sure my mic levels are correct because something keeps changing my fucking mic levels and I don't know what it is. And as soon as I find it, I'm going to kill that little bastard. Because out of the last 3 episodes of RimWorld, 2 of them had me sounding something like this, where my mic levels were way, way too low.
Caffeine Rage, recording from the kitchen, everybody.
Yeah,
Just
I
wanted a
was
snack.
slightly displeased. I thankfully was able to fix it somewhat. But you could definitely tell the difference in audio quality.
Wait. Oh, that's the stuff.
But thankfully, there's going to be other things that completely distract from the lack of audio quality, like my lack of gameplay knowledge and skill.
Yeah,
I'm just teasing that RimWorld now, aren't I?
A little bit. Kind of strike me as one of those like Old West peddler guys. Step right up, boy. Boy, howdy, do I have something for you? RimWorld.
Boy, did
you
I
can't
fuck
see it
up.
yet, but I have it.
Oh. Okay, guys. Let's seriously. Let's get this show on the road.
We must.
We must. All right. So, Kyle, have you looked at the topics list and everything?
I have
Yeah,
not.
I do want to have a copy of the Steam early access rules so we can go over the point by point.
Okay, that sounds good. I still don't have access to them. All I have access to is my last messages from you are as follows. Me, evening, you, tongue emoticon, then above that, Overwatch porn.
There you go. I just posted all the links to the news topics in the chat.
Chat, switch.
In TeamSpeak.
Purple MP or the mine? Oh, hey, what's up? Never mind. Got him.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one that can put into Kerbal MP completely. Because that's a server-wide one.
I could have swore you had the link to this to view.
Oh, Digital Suicide.
Yep.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course they fucking were.
Yeah, that's going to be a very short one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, A, you have your legal expert on, and B, I could have told you that was going to happen.
Yeah. We're doing it live.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
I love that I didn't get a correction on when I said technically they do have a legal leg to stand on suing. Granted,
Okay.
Stupid as hell.
Technically they do, but you would have to prove damage losses, which,
Yeah.
you know what, I'll save it for the podcast.
I was going to say, save it. Save it.
I was just so proud that I did get a correction.
No, like I said, you weren't, let me put it this way, you weren't 100% right, but you didn't get anything wrong.
You know, that's a pretty good standard for me.
That's good for you, buddy. Well done. Okay.
Hey, wait a minute.
So games we play, everything with 3 of us, everything always takes a little bit longer. So I think we're fine for time.
Yeah, but thankfully I don't have much on my games list.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are the games? Because, like I said, I can't see Jack.
Hang on.
I mean, granted, I could comment on at least 20 years.
Right. I feel like it's been multiplayer madness last week.
There you
Oh,
go.
it's the Google Docs thing.
Yeah, we'll let you see everything. Anonymous Mink. That's you, Kyle.
Cheeky monkey.
Wait, anonymous what?
Mink. Anonymous Mink. That's how you showed up in this.
Okay. Oh, okay. Go in chat. You'll no longer be anonymous. Ooh. There you go.
Yay.
Let me see. What are we doing this? So this game we played, Shrink. Awesome.
Oh, that's not going to be annoying.
I've said.
All right. So yeah, games we played. There's topics. Are we?
Wait, what?
Huh?
I just read Rage's game.
Yeah, Dolphin Emulator.
That's amazing.
You don't know what Dolphin Emulator is?
Yeah, it's the GameCube.
Oh, that's funny.
Actually, pretty impressive.
Nice. All right. Has everybody got TeamSpeak up? Or not TeamSpeak, Audacity?
No, I don't have TeamSpeak.
I don't have
Hang on.
TeamSpeak up. No. Jared, we're sorry to say this has always been in your head.
Predictable. You guys are so predictable.
Yeah, but you love us anyways.
Yeah,
Here's
usually.
something that's not predictable.
You were moved.
Well, that's not going to get old at all. Yes, dear.
Oh, not recording.
No.
Mother just said orgasmic and it was weird. I just needed.
Thanks for sharing. Think.
Error. Error. You were moved.
Alright, we're doing it live.
I'm taking my ball and I'm going home.
Alright, welcome to the Rage and that one guy show. Alright.
Also known as the C block on my channel for now.
Woo!
All right. So we've got
Before we
Audacity.
start recording, one last thing. Rage. I managed to recover episode 1 where I flipped all those trucks. So
Alright.
that's also going on my channel.
Yeah, and I'm going to be running the second series starting Saturday.
Okay.
Since I was able to get together with Jared last weekend to record. Assuming that he fell asleep in the recliner or something happened there.
You talking about Sunday?
Yeah.
I thought that you got to feeling bad again because you never responded when I texted you back.
I never saw a text back.
Oh. Oh well. It's fine.
Bite. Kiss.
Can we just skip to the kiss part?
I got to the kiss part eventually.
Yeah, but I wanted to skip the fighting, go straight to the kissing.
That probably sounded amazing.
That sounded awful. If you kiss like that, I do not want to kiss you.
Alright, Jared's
And
boarding up his windows again.
What are you doing over there, sweetheart?
Killing something.
Oh, well, we're gonna start recording. Okay.
What was she doing?
She's crushing up
ice cream.
Oreos to make cookies and cream ice cream.
I'll allow it.
As long as you put some through the speakers, I'm good.
I don't think I'm gonna
Course,
shove
that'd be
ice
gross,
cream through my
I'm running
mic.
through my headphones.
Yeah, I'm not gonna shove it through my mic into your ears.
That would be the true definition of audible chocolate. Or audible cookies and cream.
Well, I mean, Oreos have chocolate, so.
I guess.
Yeah, he said he'll allow it as long as I send some his way.
To be fair, I am close
She's
enough.
not sharing. She
Aw.
said no.
But I thought it was her favorite.
Yeah, not even I can get ice cream from her.
Well, looks like it's breaking and entering time. Jared, Caffeine, I'll see you later. Jared, I'll see you in 10 hours.
Yeah, if you break into my house, I'll have to shoot you. I'm sorry.
How good is the ice cream? Is it worth getting shot?
You call dibs? Okay, Katie's
Well,
gonna shoot you.
Kyle.
Oh, okay.
Kyle, first you have to dress like a clown.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I had a conversation about that with someone at the clinic today. They were talking about clowns. I was like, oh Lord, what have they done now?
Oh, yeah, some of those clowns got shot.
I saw a news article today talking about how clown costumes sales are up 300%.
Up? Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to get shot, I guess.
Well, I will say, and this is the last thing I'm going to say before I deliberately derail us to get started. That would be a hell of a first meet. Hi, I'm Kyle. I'm here to steal your ice cream. Nice to meet you, Katie.
Oh. Yep, that would be interesting times. What? They said it would be an interesting first meeting if they show up to get ice cream and you shoot them.
While dressed as a clown.
What about the clowns? Clown sales are up 300% according to a news article that they read.
Just clown
Yeah.
sales being up like they're a commodity.
Yeah, but have you seen in the news all the stuff revolving around? Okay. Well, I said that somebody wants to get shot.
Jared and Katie part of the pre-episode.
I sat very patiently for 15 minutes while you guys talked about whatever. Now it's my turn to derail us.
Fine by me. I took a nap.
If
I'm
you
prepared
must.
for this shit.
I agree.
Well, I'm high on painkillers, so what the hell.
Sobertober's coming to an end, like, right now.
But, yeah, we're not going out.
That's fine. I'm a lazy old man anyway, so.
In the meantime, I'm just going to start reading the news.
Well, hold on.
Pepsi Company, this leads buyers of naked juice. Turns out it's clothed.
Really? Right.
We used to have this thing in college, which was boxed water, and it's like, it's so much better for the environment. Like, no, just
Fun
get a
times.
glass. Glass, you stupid fuck.
I love how every single news site I click on now has at least one picture of Trump now.
Yeah.
And you can tell how far to the left or right they lean.
I'm not sure what's
How
worse, crazy
majestic.
clowns or the potential that we'll have Trump for president, so. Are they going to shut
Why are
down
you
schools in
repeating yourself?
November for that?
Are those two mutually exclusive? I think
Yeah, I mean,
Trump
really.
actually might clown.
Trump actually does it.
I mean, granted, he just has the
Yeah.
orange makeup on instead of the white, but still.
Every other nation.
They probably will. He sucks.
I actually, I'm going to continue to derail us for a little bit. There's an acquaintance of mine that's on Twitter, and since I was
Yep, me too.
just kind of out of it this weekend, I just was sitting there watching my Twitter feed go by,
No,
and he was
but good for
complaining
him.
about the whole soldier post-traumatic stress syndrome quote being quote out of context, just like every other bad Trump quote.
What's the context? I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, he could vote for third party.
Well, what we really need to do is just reform the two-party system, because without having more than the diametrically opposed parties, we're not going to have all opinions expressed, because the two-party
Right now, that might be not voting.
and that's
No,
true.
no, Kyle. Simple. I've already figured out who I'm going to vote for this year.
Yeah, that'll
Asteroid.
be fun.
No,
That'll make the presidential debate interesting.
I'm going to vote for Nixon's head, because why have a new evil when we can have an old evil? Arrgh!
Okay, you say that. I'm going to save it for when the
Well, I'm not sharing,
Philippines
so
comes.
don't show up.
Wait, what?
Just say the whole thing into the mic.
I have my cookies and cream ice cream in my little cute fox bowl, so don't you dare show up, because I'm not sharing.
That's A-okay. It would take me 10 hours to get there. I don't think you made 10 hours worth of ice cream.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, Yeah, I didn't make 10 hours worth of ice cream. It'll be gone in about 5 minutes.
All right, high five.
Jared, Mylan, Arthur. That was
What's
my
his middle
ice
name?
cream.
I took some ice
it
cream.
sounds like
She
we're gonna-
punched me
It
repeatedly.
sounds like we're going to hear the murder right now.
Yes. And it
We don't
wasn't
have to
either of
wait
us that
to-
got shot. How does this work?
We don't have
I
to
really
wait
hurt.
10 or 6 hours, depending on who shows up.
I'm very hurt that you took my ice cream.
The fact that you punched me 4 times in the arm is worse.
I have bullets. Would you rather have those?
No, please don't shoot me.
Well, Katie, you just have to dress up like a clown first.
No, you have to dress him up like a clown.
I have face paint.
I don't
that's
like
why I said
clowns. That's one thing I'm not into is clowns.
him.
I'm good. Next time I
don't
go
know
and have
turn
sex,
off?
I'll just put on a clown suit.
Oh God, please don't do that.
This is amazing. We found a turnoff for Jared.
Yeah.
Katie, if you'd like a free clown suit, I will send one to you.
Alright, I'll take it.
Awesome. Text me after this. Just found where my Steam money's going.
I'm not sure if I hate you or love you right now.
Alright,
I think it
boys,
depends
I'll
on
see
how
you.
sexy the clown
Right.
is.
Good night, sweetheart.
How sexy the clown is.
Mm-hmm.
Good night, I love you.
I love you too. I didn't come back here. I was talking. I didn't kiss you. Mwah.
Aw.
All
Hey,
right.
did I ever tell you guys about the time that I
No.
took a 10-hour store?
No.
We should probably get this
No, we have to record at some point.
Well, you've been recording this entire time.
You have. This
Yes.
isn't. And I was kidding about this being an entire Franken-Episode in and of itself. It kind of mutated into that.
I mean, I guess we could just record garbage for 3 hours.
Yeah,
Isn't that
that'd be
our
amazing.
weekly plan?
Yeah, fair
Welcome to
enough.
the VGL podcast. Listen to this.
This is the Seinfeld episode where we talk about nothing.
We could talk politics for 3 hours. We could talk about all the awful garbage Trump has been doing.
Well,
Yeah, but to be fair, it's all taken out of context.
it's all taken out of context. Look, he just wants to grate America's cheese again. I've only kind of half been paying attention to this whole thing.
His temperament's too good for things like that to be true about him. He's just got the right temperament and the stamina to survive the cyber attacks
God
on
damn.
the cyber.
My mind went to the
No,
immediate
there's no way
wrong
he
place
can
when you said
survive.
stamina.
There's no way that he could survive the cyber attacks. I mean, with his tiny little hands, how is he supposed to type on the keyboard?
Yeah,
He has to
especially
hunt and
since
peck with
Hillary's
his
a
palm.
big meanie. She's such a big meanie. Okay. For reals.
So Hillary, you guys. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go.
No, now I'm on Reddit politics, just reading the different Trump headlines.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, and they're getting dumber and dumber as we get closer to the election.
Yep. I mean, I know Reddit has liberal bias, but
Yeah,
I mean, that's a lot, even for Reddit. Oh. Alright, third time's the charm?
I guess.
Okay.
I'll play nice.
Alright.
I guess
Have
I'll
you-
play.
Have you got Audacity running?
What's Audacity?
I
What,
swear
I
to
need to download something?
hold
on,
to God,
buddy.
I'm gonna reach through this microphone and strangle you.
Yes, I'm set up. I've been set up for a while.
I've got a stereo mic. I'm just gonna reach one hand through each side of the mic, and I'll get both of you. Bang
Oh,
your
you're going to
heads
Three
together.
Stooges.
I'm gonna bang your heads together.
Well, be prepared for a hollow sound.
All right, on to the Audacity. I'm just gonna go. Are you ready to record in 3, 2, 1, record. And for the sync, 3, 2, 1, sync.
Sync.
Think.
Kyle was a little bit late.
Yeah.
Was it?
Okay.
On my end.
We pre-gamed. We BS'd. Let me pull up and make sure. I don't think I changed the date. I did not. Should
I
fix
thought I
that.
was right on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and don't forget to have all the timestamps this time.
I had all the timestamps last time.
No, you missed one.
What did I miss?
You missed the weekly sales.
Yeah, it just said 15 minutes.
Oh. Whoopsie.
Yeah,
I
it's
figured
kind
out
of a
what you
pain in the
meant.
ass to go hunt that down.
Particularly when Winamp doesn't give me hours, minutes, seconds. It gives me minutes, hours.
Oh, that's gross.
Hours, minutes. Minute hours. Second, minute hours. Okay.
Well, is that how they record time in Europe? Since they obviously have it right and we have it wrong.
They also use the 24-hour clock, which is obnoxious.
I use the 24-hour clock. But I am pretty obnoxious.
But you're obnoxious.
Yeah.
Okay. Game face. No other game faces? My alone?
There you go, there's my game face.
Alright.
It sounded like you were just taking a massive dump.
That's what I was going for. I watched Let's Go to Prison recently.
Or having a weird Asian orgasm.
No, it's not nearly high enough pitch. I have to pitch shift that.
Okay, hold up. Ooh! There?
You're getting there.
This. Alright, last time's charm.
Now you just sound like you're about to throw up.
Yeah, an Asian man throwing up.
You took it too far.
Well, to be
Yes,
fair, Kyle usually takes it too far.
I do. It has been known to happen.
Jared's going to have so much fun editing this.
3 people is always interesting.
Quick, let's get Belle on the line.
Yeah, hold up. Let me wake her up. Hey! Wake your lazy ass up. Get over here. So much. It'd probably help if she was in the same house as me right now.
That would probably help, yeah.
Okay, hold up. I gotta walk 4 miles. You guys can wait, right?
I'm
as
going
long as
to
there's
bed.
ice cream at the end, right?
I'm going.
Okay, sweet Jesus, we need to get this started. This is bad if I'm the voice of reason. Started.
And finally, somebody else is on my side. Okay, here we go.